Well, this is me breaking with my usual habit, once again, 2 videos in a row, to jump in ahead, to let you know that, yeah, I'm sorry, I realized before I started editing this thing that I do have a little bit of downer in it, and I'm sorry about that. However, I have decided that in editing, I am going to put in some sort of semi-random fun silliness in between the clips that are already there. Perhaps that will lighten things up a bit. In the meantime, I'm going to have to get editing on this, and then sometime today I need to start the ugly, dreaded task of dealing with what you're looking at now. My lawn gone crazy. And now, speaking of going crazy, hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, I have proven once again to fail at getting the garbage taken care of. Not only did I not get the garbage taken care of, but when I took the trash bin down to the street last week, it sat there all week because I never brought it back up until this morning. And at this point, I am not even going to consider trying to race around and get enough stuff in that thing to be worth doing and take it back down there. I'm just going to call this week a garbage fail and continue on. In other news, I'm getting ready to start recording some more Kerbal Space Program for the Self-One channel. And for those looking for Minecraft videos, I do have another one of those up. It's episode 5 in the Remembering Beta series. And I've got actually some kind of an actual vision for a project, so I will be recording a bunch more of that as well. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, here it is around the 1st of the month, and it's the time of the month that I hate the most. I really do hate this time of the month, because while on the good side, it is the time when I actually get my money. On the bad side, it is the time when all of it disappears in a matter of just a few minutes, because this is the time when it's necessary to start paying the bills. You know, you start out with like paying the rent, then you pay the water bill, and then you pay the car insurance, because if you don't, you have all kinds of problems. And that's when you wake up and realize, oh no, oh excrement, there isn't anything left to pay the rest of it. And there is still yet electric, phone, and let's see, electric, phone, and oh yeah, that's right, there is a fine that I have to make a payment on by close of business on the 3rd Thursday of the month, or people will get very unpleasant and nasty and so on. So it's going to be an interesting month. I do have another, I think, 150 bucks coming in at the end of the month, but that's at the end of the month, and I won't see it until then. It's gonna be really interesting this month. And on top of all that, I'm still trying to figure out how it is I'm going to come up with some propane so that I can actually have heat this winter. I didn't have any heat last winter, and perhaps in the next clip I'll take a few minutes and explain that for those that are not familiar with the story. But right now, I'm going to record some Kerbal Space Program, because I've been watching Kerbal Space Program videos, and one guy's videos in particular, I'm not going to mention his name, just simply to be nice about it, but he makes good videos, but at the same time he's got me screaming at the screen because he's making obvious mistakes that even a newbie beginner like me can spot, and it's driving me nuts. I can't stop watching his videos, but he's driving me insane. So I figured I'd stop watching his videos for the moment and record some of my own, and maybe then I won't be quite so nuts. Who am I kidding? I'm always going to be nuts. Well, isn't this a crap ton of fun? I'm in the middle of a power outage. It started up this afternoon. I think it was around 3:30 or something like that. And anyway, I do the obvious thing. I call the power company to report the outage, which is kind of odd because the phone system works even though the power is out, because the landline carries its own power. Not very much of, obviously, but it does have some. And so I report the outage, and they tell me that I think it was 5:30 that they estimated it would be back on. Well, they didn't tell me. The robot thing they have on the phone told me that. Okay, fine. So I decided to take a nap. Because when there is no electricity, there is literally nothing that I can do around here. I can't just go outside and do anything because it's almost 100 freaking degrees out there, and I can't go out in that. I really can't. So I take a nap, and then I get up again for a while, and I see the power is on. I start trying to do a little something, and then the power goes back off again after blinking a dozen times. You know, going off really off and then back on really quickly. That's a power blink. And so after doing that a bunch of times, it went off again. So I reported the outage again. This time they said that they estimated that it would be repaired and working again by 7 o'clock. Oh, yummy. Well, here it is now, something after 6. And by the way, the only reason I'm able to record anything right now is because the camera has some power stored in its battery. I don't know how long that's going to last, so. Anyway, I just called to report the outage again. And they just told me that they estimated the repair to be done by 9 p.m. this time. I am so thrilled that I get to sit here in a house that will soon be pitch black, that is already so freaking hot I can barely breathe, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting some more for the electricity to be restored. Oh, this is ridiculous. You know, I do have some power in the laptop. Its battery is good for a little while, but honestly, the battery is over 2 years old. It's only good for about another 45 minutes before it gives out. It doesn't hold power like it used to when it was new. When it was new, that battery was good for 3 hours on a charge. Ugh. Not anymore. Well, I can barely freaking breathe, so I guess I'm going to take another nap. I was going to be working on another Orbiter 2010 video today, and then after that, more Kerbal Space Program, and after that, more Minecraft, and also work on getting my blogs and websites updated some, but, oh well. I'm so thrilled. Okay, it is now 20 minutes after 6. I just checked my cell phone. And I just received a phone call from a power company robot thing, giving me more information on the power outage I had reported. And it says that they now estimate that the power will be restored by 7 p.m. Okay, that part's good. It's not too awfully long from now. I think I can manage another half an hour like this. Not that I have a choice, do I? Anyway. And then the thing said something so incredibly frickin' stupid that I wanted to scream at the phone. And had there been a human on the other end, I would have. It said, for more information, you can go to our website, yada, yada, yada. And at that point, I wanted to scream. No, I can't go to the website. I don't have any freaking power. How stupid is that? The thing, they know you don't have any power, but they tell you can go to our website for more information. How the hell am I supposed to do that without power? Am I supposed to go to the website on a cell phone? Let me tell you something. This is not one of those fancy-ass, overpriced smartphones. This is a stupid phone. All it does is make phone calls. It doesn't have internet built into it or any crazy crap like that. Not that I would use it. I mean, for crying out loud, the screen's is so freaking small I could barely read the date on the damn thing. Never mind reading a website on it. Good night. But just think about that. You're sitting there with no power and they tell you, well, for more information you can go to our website. How the hell are you supposed to do that without electricity? Even if I were to use the laptop, which has some power stored in the battery, the router that connects me to the internet does not have a battery. It runs by being plugged into a wall socket. That is so incredibly, amazingly, annoyingly stupid. Please excuse me, but I just had to yell about that. Okay, it's 6:45. Power has finally been restored. Hopefully it is permanently restored and it's not going to just blink off again in a few minutes. Assuming that doesn't happen, I'm going to get out Orbiter and see if I can manage to do an aerobraking maneuver in the Martian atmosphere. That should be interesting. I've never tried that before. And it's a tricky kind of maneuver. And then I've got more I want to do with Kerbal Space Program and Minecraft, yada yada yada. And I've got work to do on my websites as well. But meanwhile, I'm sitting here with a ceiling fan, a box fan, and my air conditioner running full blast to try and cool it down because it's like 85 degrees in here and I can barely breathe. So, here's hoping the power doesn't go back off again. Meanwhile, I'm going to get to working on stuff that I really wanted to be working on 2 hours ago. Or 3 hours, or however long it's been since the power failed. I don't remember. Hey. This has just been a banner day. No sooner does power get done, getting fixed and back on, 2 hours later, the telephone/internet service goes down. This is just such a fun day. Doesn't it just drive you nuts when you get those little notifications from Windows that say Windows is ready for, has updates, click here to see information about it, or this program or that program is ready for an update or has an update available, and it says click here to get more information, and as soon as you move your mouse anywhere close to that little balloon to click on it to get more information, it disappears. Every single freaking time. Why is that? Don't you hate it when 1 minute you're nice and wide awake and raring to go and just ready to get things done, and the next minute you're so tired you can't talk right and you could sleep a horse? Well, I just came in from fighting with the weed eater. The blasted thing won't start. I spent at least 20 minutes out there in 90-degree weather, and I couldn't even get the doggone thing to start. To paraphrase, Houston, we have a problem. I can't afford to pay anybody to do it. I can't do it. Even if I want to try anyway, the weed eater won't start. And I can't afford to have it fixed. Whatever the problem might be. Not that I think anybody could do anything with it. The doggone thing is at least 10 or 15 years old. I doubt anybody's got parts for it. And it doesn't matter if they do. I can't afford to pay anybody to do anything, or buy the parts and do it myself. Not that I want to even try that. I really don't know what to do about this one. I do know it's not going to happen today. Maybe not tomorrow from the looks of it.